Well, thank y'all very much for being here, and thank y'all for being so great about spreading out really well and so understanding about the taking the temperatures and wearing the mask. I think it does put all of us a little bit more at ease, even if it's not more comfortable. And today we are going to go over some breathing exercises that do help to de-stress. There are two in particular that we're going to go over. And we're going to go over a few poses that help with de-stressing. Probably the most well-known as far as a really good pose to do right before you go to bed to help your body de-stress is legs up the wall. Hello, thank you for joining. To just simply put your legs up the wall, with or without a bolster underneath your hips, but it is as simple as what I just said. I am going to go over a few things that make it more effective, and we'll do waterfall pose later. But when you do it to bring your body down, you want your legs up the wall so you don't have to tighten your abdominal muscles to keep the legs up. But quite simply what you do, I think this might still be worse. Quite simply what you do is just put your legs up the wall. Now if you want to put a bolster under you, the easiest way to do that is to put your feet on the wall, put your elbows into the floor, lift your hips, slide the bolster under, and then come back down on it. And once you're in waterfall pose, walk your shoulder blades down your back, palms up, shut your eyes, and breathe slowly. And when you are trying to do a breath to make you calmer, what you want to do is you want to inhale slowly and then exhale even more slowly. So let's say you inhale to the count of 6, then exhale to the count of 8. Whatever is comfortable for your body. Don't stress yourself out thinking that you have to have this, count of 16 breath or something along those lines. You want to do what feels calming and nurturing. And eventually you'll get to longer breaths, but that's not, the goal of it is to let your body relax. It's not to try and get the longest breath possible. It's to let your body relax. And the one thing that I want to reiterate is to make sure you walk your shoulder blades down your back so that your lungs really can work in a relaxed environment. If the shoulders are forward, it's harder for the lungs to work. And that being said, let's work our lungs a little bit. Just find what for you is a comfortable position. It could be cross-legged or legs straight out. There's not a rule there. Just make sure you're comfortable. Nice slow breath in. And audible exhale. Ah. Shoulders come up behind your ears. And then slide to the wall behind you and down your back. Shoulders are over hips. Your sit bones, that little pointy part of your pelvis, is pressing into the mat. And if you have to remove a little something to get it to do so, go ahead and remove a little something. I always do. And then let your hands just rest on your knees nice and gently. And inhale. Audible exhale. Ah. One more breath to let your mind, breath, and body know that you're taking a little break from the rest of the world, and this is your gift to yourself, healing, movement, and breath. Inhale to lift slightly. Exhale, twisting to your right. Chin comes over your right shoulder, left shoulder rolls. And inhale back to center. Exhale in the opposite direction. Chin goes over your left shoulder, right shoulder rolls. center, holding onto your knees. Exhale for seated cat, spine pressing to the back of the room. Shoulders drop away from your ears. And then you can even grasp onto your knees a little bit to help press your sacrum toward the floor. So pressing your lower back toward the floor. Inhale to seated cow, pulling your navel forward, shoulders back, chin up, eyes crossed, nice big yawn. And then right fingertips palm to the floor, and we're going to sweep our arm over this time. So make your left palm first, pull to the wall next to it, and then pull up and over, slightly pressing into your right fingertips. So you really open up your right side body. And sweep that arm back over again. Let your left fingertips palm down, right palm faces the ceiling, pull it to the opposite wall so your chest opens, and sweep up and over. And then cross your legs in the opposite direction, and we'll repeat that. So slow breath in to lengthen your body. Give yourself a clearing breath. And then as you exhale, rotate to your right, chin coming over your right shoulder, left shoulder rolling. Now holding onto your left knee with your left hand, press into the knee a little bit, lifting your chest. See if you can twist a little deeper. Inhale back to center. And right hand comes to right knee. Turning to your left, chin going over your left shoulder, right shoulder rolls. And then a little bit of pressure into that right palm to see if you can twist a little deeper. Inhale back to center. Left fingertip, right fingertips press down, and left palm faces the ceiling and then pulls up and over, sweeps back. Really feel that underneath your arm. And then opposite hand comes up and over and sweeps back. Both hands come to your knees. Exhale, spine presses to the back of the room. Shoulders drop away from your ears. See if you can exhale again and really press your spine to the back of the room, letting your lower back press toward the floor. Crown of your head pulls toward the front of the room. And then inhale to seated cow. Chin lifts, eyes crossed, nice big yawn. And a nice easy seated pose. Bring both heels out in front of you so that you're in staff position. Inhale to lengthen your body, rolling your shoulders back and down. And then exhale, just hinge at your hips, pulling your heart forward. And release back. And hinge. Release back. Lifting your chest, hinging just at your hips. Come back. Now this time we're going to hinge and cascade. So inhale to lift your chest. Exhale to hinge. Inhale to lift your chest. And then exhale to cascade. Once you're in your forward fold, you can let your hands rest either on the floor or your shins. And use your palms to help pull the crown of your head forward. And then exhale again to deepen your forward fold. Inhale to pull the crown of your head towards your big toes. And exhale to deepen that fold. Now relax your glutes. And see if you can let yourself just surrender to gravity a little bit more. And inhale, roll back up again. All right, our bodies are a little bit more reset now, so we can get a little deeper into our practice. Bringing your knees around, place the soles, the top of your feet on the mat, and pull your heels toward one another so that you stretch both sides of your ankles. Then let your hips come back over your heels and bring your hands out. Shoulders slide down your back. Crown of your head is pulling toward an imaginary dot between your thumbs. Now this is an active child's pose. If you're trying to calm your body, then you would go ahead and let the forearms come down and your forehead come as close to the floor as it will. If your forehead won't come to the floor, you can put two fists on top of one another and rest your forehead on those two fists, and then let your shoulders slide away from your ears. 3 breaths here just to let your body surrender to gravity. Relaxing from your shoulders, down your shoulder blades, releasing tension from your mid-back, releasing tension from your lower back and glutes. Relaxing your tongue and just letting your body feel gravity help you to release your body. And let your hands walk out in front of you again if you brought them in. Shoulder blades go down your back, and then walk your hands to your right, opening up your left side body. And then walk your hands in the opposite direction, opening up your right side body. Come back to center, inhaling to tabletop. Make sure you keep more of your weight pushing back rather than pushing into your hands. And now pedal your hands. Slide back a little bit further. Invert one hand down into the mat. And then slowly straighten that arm and wiggle your fingertips. You're not pushing into the back of the hand. You're just letting the natural pressure of opening up the wrist happen on its own. And then change hands, straightening your arm, and then wiggling your fingertips. Hands come back out in front of you. And exhale to cat. Spine presses to the ceiling, pubic bone pulls to your navel, chin tucks. Inhale, cow, belly button pulls to the floor, shoulder blades slide down your back, chin lifts, eyes crossed, nice big yawn. Inhale back to tabletop. Exhale, compress your right side body, open up your left. Compress your left side body, open up your right. Pull your right knee towards your right wrist, and then slide your left leg back, creating a nice stretch across your inguinal fold. That's the fold where hip becomes thigh. Nice stretch there, and then just pull your heart forward so you can get the weight out of your wrist. And bring that knee back and pull the opposite one forward, letting your hips drop. Once you've comfortably opened up that hip as far as it'll go, pull your heart forward, taking the weight out of your wrist. Come back to tabletop. Inhale to press your left heel to the back of the room. Pressing, 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 pressing the crown of your head to the front of the room. And then slowly bring that left leg out and back. And then left knee comes down, right heel presses to the back of the room. Right leg goes out and comes back. Cross your right leg behind your left and come back into cross-legged child's pose, and just take a nice easy breath here. Let your lower back relax. Let your glutes release. Inhale back to tabletop, and then cross the opposite leg behind and press back, taking a few breaths to just let your body surrender to gravity. And feel that healing stretch. And inhale back to tabletop. Exhale to cat. Curl your toes and walk your hands and feet together to come into ragdoll at the front of your mat. All 10 toes point forward, knees bend, body just cascades over your thighs. Chin tucks, crown of your head pulls to the floor, and let your shoulders pull away from your ears and then release. Ah. Relaxing your tongue, relaxing your point of vision. Hands come to your shins, inhale halfway lift. Exhale forward fold. Inhale to Tadasana. Shoulders come down. Crown of your head pulls up. And then press vigorously into your left leg and pull to the right. Roll your wrists. Roll your wrist in the opposite direction. Inhale, come back to center. Press into your right leg and pull to the left. This time you're going to point your fingers to the front of the room and just wiggle them. Inhale back to center and then come to chair pose, Utkatasana. Now in chair pose, you don't have to have your big toes touch. If it's more comfortable for you to stay hips width distance apart, just know you need to use more thigh muscle that way. If you bring the big toes together and keep the heels only about 2 fingers apart, then it's easier to push the thighs into each other to help support your pose. Shoulders roll down your back, heart is lifted, pubic bone pulls to navel, letting the lower back just release a little bit. Both knees stay facing the front of the room as you twist. Inhale back to center and twist again. And we're going to take this a little deeper than usual today. Inhale back to center. Bring yourself down a little more. And then bring your left tricep to your right thigh. Press your palms into each other to lift your heart toward the wall to your right. Shoulders come down your back. Drop your tail as far as you can. And then inhale back to center. And exhale, opposite direction. Pressing your palms into one another to lift your chest and drop your shoulders. Inhale back to center. Exhale, forward fold and pedal your feet. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana. And pull. And center. And pull. And center. And chair pose. Hands to heart center. Twist. Now this time, you're going to take the back of your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and pull your right fingertips toward the back of the room and ceiling. Really opening up your chest. Inhale back to center. And exhale, twist in the opposite direction. This time back of your right hand goes to the outside of your left thigh. And left fingertips pull to the back of the room. Inhale back to center. Hands come to your hips. Roll your shoulders. Exhale, forward fold. Pedal your feet. Let your lower back release. Now cross your left leg behind your right. Pressing into your big toe mounds and just releasing in that forward fold. Uncross, cross in the opposite direction, pressing into your big toe mounds and release in that forward fold. Now uncross and go a little extra wide. All 10 toes pointing to the front of the room. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, legs still wide. Now press into your feet, ignite your inner thighs, and exhale, forward fold. Bring your fingertips down towards your feet and then both hands towards your right foot. And back to center, finish, forward fold. Both hands towards your left foot. And then back to center, forward fold. Toe heel your feet in together toward one another so their hips width distance apart. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, Tadasana. And pull. And center and pull. And center and Utkatasana, chair pose. And twist. And center and twist. And center. Then come to the front of your mat. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, and then high plank. Now I want you just to rock back and forth a little bit in your high plank to wake up your feet some. And then come all the way down onto your mat. Roll your shoulders back and down. Bend your knees and let your legs windshield wiper back and forth. And you can turn your head if that's more comfortable. And then bring your knees wide and very slowly drop both feet to your right. Your left hip is going to lift up off of the mat a little bit. You should also hopefully feel this in your left inner thigh right now. And then drop both feet in the opposite direction so you feel it in your right inner thigh and the right hip lifts just a little bit. Knees still wide, soles of your feet come together and pull your heels towards your tailbone a little bit. You should feel that activate your glutes. Woohoo! And then let the knees come back down. Slide your hands so your thumbs are equal to your underarms. And push back into a wide knee child's pose. Keep your arms nice and extended as you bring your knees together. Curling your toes. Press into the triads of your palm. That's the part of your palm where the middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb meet on the palm. So you can use your upper arms to pull the weight out of your wrist. Inhale to press your heart towards your thighs. Exhale, down dog. Heels pull to the floor. Hips push to the back of the room. Inhale, press your right heel to the ceiling. And then bring it out to the right. Back and down. Left heel presses to the ceiling. Bring it out. Back and down. Inhale, right heel presses to the back of the room. And then exhale, right foot to right hand for low crescent lunge. Dropping your left knee, stretch across that front of your thigh again. This is going to be a little deeper than that first stretch we did. Now curl your left toes, come back to crescent lunge. Drop your left heel. So now your left toes are pointing to about 10 o'clock if they were on the face of a clock. Right toes are pointing to 12. Bring both hands to your right thigh and inhale to lift your chest. Then bring your hands to your hips. You're going to use your left hand to pull that left thigh forward, right hand to pull the right thigh back. Your right knee is directly over your right ankle. and you have some nice space between your feet. So you're not on a tightrope. Your left foot is closer to the left side of your mat. Your right foot is closer to the right side. Roll your shoulders back and down. And then interlace your fingers behind your back and press your knuckles to the floor. Then open your palms towards your tailbone and pull your thumbs in opposite direction. Your chest should be getting really open right now. Nice and open for the chest. Crown of your head is pressing to the ceiling. Unlace your fingers and let your hands slide across your hips as you bring them up for Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. You want to press into the outer blade of your back left foot and ignite your inner thigh. You want to press into your front right foot and make sure that right knee is directly over your right foot. Now toe heel your front right foot, one toe heel closer to the left side of your mat. Slide your left pinky toe back. Now you are all on one rail. And you're going to open up your body by pulling your right fingertips forward, left back, and making sure everything is all nice and like it's between two panes of glass. Shoulders drop, chin pulls towards your right deltoid, and then rotate your right palm to the ceiling and moving your whole upper body like it's all one nice long piece. Bring your right fingertips to the ceiling. Bring your left fingertips to the inside of your left thigh. So your fingertips go to the inside of that thigh, and just use those fingertips to open that shoulder up a little bit more as you pull your left fingertips to the floor, right fingertips to the ceiling. Stretch it out. Nice long breath in. And then as you exhale, right forearm goes to barely rest on the right thigh as your left fingertips pull to the ceiling to pull all of the weight out of that forearm. So the forearm that's resting on the thigh is just there for balance. It's not holding your weight. Your weight is being held by lifting your fingertips toward the ceiling and opening up your left side body. Now pull your left fingertips toward the front of the room to get a nice big stretch. And then inhale and bring the right fingertips up, left fingertips back. One beautiful breath here. And then you're going to windmill your hands down. Bring your back knee down, front knee back, and press back into extended child's pose. Taking 3 healing breaths here to let your lower back relax. Each time you exhale, draw in your lower abdomen and release your lower back. Pressing into the triads of your palm. Once again, that's the part of your palm where the middle finger, pointer finger, and thumb meet on the palm so that you make sure you're not putting too much pressure in the heel of the palm. Press into that part of your palm. Pull the weight out of the heel of your hand by igniting your triceps and biceps in your upper arm. Curl your toes. Inhale, heart pulls towards your thighs. Exhale, down dog. Heels pull toward the floor behind you. Feet are hips width distance apart. Hands are shoulder width distance apart. Inhale to kick back your left leg. And then exhale, left foot goes to left hand. Bring down your right knee. And then stretch forward. Once again, getting a beautiful stretch across your inguinal fold. Curl your right toes and lift up that knee, once again returning to crescent lunge. Your left toes are at 12 o'clock, and then drop your right heel so that your right toes are pointing to 2 o'clock. Both hands come to your left thigh, and inhale, come on up. Let your hands interlace behind your tailbone. Push your knuckles to the floor. Open your palm towards your tailbone, and then pull those thumbs to opposite walls. Let your body just appreciate that beautiful stretch across your chest. And then unlace your fingers. Hands slide across your hips, coming all the way up into warrior one. Left knee is directly over left ankle. Feet are aligned, so the left foot is closer to the left side of your mat, right foot is closer to the right. And you can really press into that outer blade of your back right foot and ignite that inner thigh. Shoulders drop, crown of your head presses to the ceiling. Relaxing your tongue, take a nice deep breath. Feel your body starting to rest into the pose just a little bit. Every time you exhale, take that opportunity to engage your lower abdomen and relax your lower back. Toe heel your front left foot, one toe heel closer to the right side of your mat. Slide your right pinky toe back so the outer blade of your back right foot is parallel to the back of your mat. And then pull your left arm forward, right arm back. Chin is over your left deltoid. Scapula are integrating down your thoracic spine to let the shoulder blades pull to the middle of your back. Nice slow breaths here. And then rotate your front left palm toward the ceiling and inhale up. Right hand goes to the inner right thigh to help open up your right shoulder a little bit more. Maybe even walking your fingers a little further down that leg. And left forearm comes to left thigh, right fingertips come to the ceiling. Put your energy into pulling those right fingertips to the ceiling and then sliding your shoulder blades down your back. Just let that left arm be there to help balance. Now pull your right fingertips toward where the ceiling and the wall meet. Press into the outer blade of your back right foot. And then inhale to exalt. And exhale, frame your feet, frame your foot in the front, down with your hands. Bring your knees back and press back into extended child's pose. Now curl your toes and walk your hands back until you can lift your knees up. We're going to go into Malasana. You can bring your feet a little bit further apart from each other. Knees out, chest lifts, triceps rest against your inner thigh, and hands come together. And now just whirl your hands around a little bit in case your wrist would like a little bit of extra love. Inhale to lift your chest just a little bit more. And then bring your hands down, knees in between, and come into hero's pose. 3 breaths here. And you want to make sure your heels are pulling toward one another so you get a beautiful stretch across the front of your feet. And now let your feet come out in front of you, returning to staff pose. Inhale for length, pressing your heels away from you, wiggle your toes. And then exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale for length. Exhale, cascade forward. Inhale, roll back up again. Bring the soles of your feet together for cobbler's pose, or bound angle pose, or Baddha Konasana. Everybody likes it so much, everybody likes to name it. And now rub the arches of your feet. Your feet have worked very hard today, so give them some nice TLC. And then holding on to the arches of your feet, inhale to bring your chest forward. Exhale, hinge at your hips. Inhale, chest forward a little more. And then exhale, pull your pubic bone to your navel and cascade forward. 3 breaths here. Now let's come down onto our backs for Supta Baddha Konasana, or reclining cobbler's pose. Take 3 breaths just to appreciate where you are. Relaxing your tongue, relaxing your shoulders. Arms come out for balance, and they can go either down by your side, out at a T, or cactus arms. Whichever for you is most comfortable for stabilizing the upper body for a twist. Bring the soles of your feet back down onto the mat and gently windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And then toe heel your feet wide on the mat and drop both knees to your right. And then push your left knee toward the front of the room, getting a fabulous stretch across your left side body. And soles of both feet back down onto the mat. Drop both knees in the opposite direction, and then push your right knee to the front of the room. Come back to center. Exhale and draw both knees in towards your chest, and make 3 little circles on your sacrum in one direction, and then 3 little circles on your sacrum in the opposite direction. Holding on to your left knee, let the sole of your right foot come down onto the mat, and then place your left ankle on your right thigh. Holding down your right hip with your right hand and gently pressing the left thigh toward the front of the room with your left palm. Now from your reverse pigeon, cross your left leg all the way over your right. Exhale and pull both knees into your chest with the legs crossed. And then hold both knees with your right hand. Take your left arm out for counterbalance and let both knees gently fall to your right. Wherever they fall, that's fine. Just breathe into it. And then turn your head to the left. Exhale and see if you can bring the knees a little closer to your chest, and then release into the foot and release into this deep twist. Inhale back to center, gently rocking on your sacrum some. Uncross your legs. Make the little circles on your sacrum in one direction, and then little circles on your sacrum in the opposite direction. Hold both hands onto your right knee. Let the sole of your left foot come down onto the mat. And then right ankle onto left thigh. Left hand holding down left hip. Right palm gently helping the right thigh coax forward. And you can probably feel that you're getting a similar stretch to pigeon pose. It's just not as intense because the weight of your torso isn't making the stretch go further. You're just letting yourself open up without that added weight from the torso. And cross your right leg all the way over your left. Exhale to pull your knees into your chest. Gently rock back and forth a little bit. And then hold your crossed legs in your left hand. Bring the right arm out for counterbalance. And let both legs drop to your left, tucking your chin and turning your head to the right. Then see if you can pull the knees a little closer to your left underarm and relax into this twist. And inhale back to center, a little bit of rolling on your sacrum, uncrossing, pulling your knees in as far as they'll go comfortably. And then inhale, pressing your heels toward the ceiling into that waterfall pose I promised you earlier. Now feel free to use your hands to make a little nest for your sacrum. And then just find that sweet spot of balance so you can relax into this as much as possible. Let the soles of your feet come down onto the mat. Inhale, lift your hips into a modified bridge pose, walking your shoulder blades down your back. And then on your exhale, very slowly, let one vertebra at a time come down toward the mat until your sacrum is just floating a hair above the mat. Then let your knees rest on each other. Relax your glutes and float that sacrum down the last little bit. Windshield wiper your knees back and forth. And then begin to prepare your body for Shavasana. You have a few options here. If your lower back feels even the slightest bit tight, then just leave the soles of your feet on the mat and let your knees rest on one another. If everything's feeling just the way you like it, go ahead and stretch all the way out. Walk your shoulder blades down your back. Tuck your chin and press the crown of your head away from you. We're now going to do a breath that's a wonderful, calming breath to help bring your body to a greater sense of peace. Place one hand on your chest and one hand on your lower abdomen between your navel and your pubic bone. So one will go across, almost to your heart, and one will go to the lower belly. And as you inhale slowly through your nose, feel your lungs expand. And then let your chest continue to expand. Ribs, upper abdomen, and lower abdomen. And then exhale through slightly parted lips as you draw in the lower abdomen and relax your lower back and glutes. Exhaling as long and completely as you possibly can. And then inhale, lungs expand, chest expands, ribs, upper abdomen, and lower abdomen. Hold that inhale, and then once you need to exhale, exhale through parted lips with a soft tongue, and draw in and up the lower abdomen, helping to relax your lower back, releasing tension from the sacrum and relaxing your glutes. Continue to exhale until every bit of air is out of you, and then hold that for just a moment before you begin to inhale again. Inhaling to fill your lungs, expand your chest, ribs, upper abdomen, lower abdomen. Holding that breath as long as you can do so comfortably. And then exhaling. Feel the lower abdomen draw in and up towards your lower back, releasing the sacral region. Relaxing your glutes. If this is a comforting breath to you, feel free to continue with it. Otherwise, just go to a breath where you're inhaling slowly and exhaling even more slowly as you let your body release into the mat beneath you. Inhale and exhale, surrendering to gravity, letting your body simply let go into the mat beneath you. Releasing and relaxing any tension that you might be carrying in your body. Relaxing from the crown of your head down the back of your head to the base of your skull, down the back of your neck, into your shoulders and shoulder blades. Relaxing your upper arms, elbows, forearms. Releasing tension from your wrists, palms, fingers, and fingertips. Allow your mind's eye to once again travel back to the crown of your head, releasing any tension that you may be carrying in the crown of your head. Relaxing from the crown of your head past your temples and ears. Relaxing your jaw and down the sides of your neck. Releasing into your shoulders and shoulder blades. Letting go of any tension from your upper back, mid back, and lower back. Just letting your body surrender to gravity. Draw your mind's eye back to the crown of your head. Relaxing from the crown of your head across your forehead and to your brow line. Relaxing from between the eyebrows to your temples. Releasing tension from your eyelids and eye socket. Feel the muscles around your eye relax. Feel your eyes themselves relaxing. Relaxing your eyes, ears, nose, mouth, and tongue. Releasing from the tip of your tongue to the lower cradle of your jaw. Releasing from your jaw to your collarbones. From your collarbones across your chest. Letting go of tension from your rib cage, upper abdomen, and lower abdomen. Letting go of tension from the full circumference of your hips. Relaxing from the top of your sacrum to the tip of your tailbone, and letting go of tension from your glutes. Releasing from your glutes down the back of your thighs, relaxing your hamstrings and calves. Relaxing from your navel across your hips and the top of your thighs. Releasing your quadriceps across your knees and your shins. Relaxing your ankles and the soles of your feet. Releasing across the top of your feet and between your toes. Allowing the full length of your toes to relax and out the tips of your toes. Giving your entire body permission to surrender to gravity and permission to completely accept Shavasana pose and its healing work on your body. Begin to bring your mind, breath, and body back to this present moment. Moving your fingertips and toes, wrists and ankles. Draw the soles of your feet onto your mats and slowly let your legs rock from side to side. Exhale to draw your knees into your chest just a little bit more and gently pull your knees towards your chest to release your lower back. And then roll over onto your side in the fetal position, using your lower bicep under your temple as a pillow. Press into your top hand, allowing yourself to come to all fours. Exhale to cat. Inhale, cow. your right side body, open up your left. Compress your left side body, open up your right. Come back to center with an inhale. Exhale, spine presses to the ceiling for back. Curl your toes, walk your hands and feet together, coming into ragdoll. Inhale, halfway left. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your knees, inhale to Tadasana, and exhale, hands come to heart center. Peace be with you. Namaste, and thank you for coming.